Good morning, Petunia Preschool. Look, I'm like on the end of a book here. I had one of those mornings where I'm making a video and David's friend calls, even though I tell him not to call in the morning. David's not allowed to talk until after he's done with his schoolwork. Does that look funny? So I'll read it again. I was reading The Lion King. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. Yesterday was a very nice day. I thought it was going to be like today, which is soaking rain. But yesterday was really nice and I was able to mow the lawn. I should have mowed the lawn at the preschool though, because now it's pouring rain. We were able to play in the pool, jump on the trampoline, and hang out outside. Anyway, I had read almost all of this book, but now I have to start again. Okay. The Lion King. I have to start again because, D?
What?
I have to start again, so just wait, okay? David has, he got this new app on his phone this weekend called Toontastic, and he's able to make these really cool cartoons, I think. And he had some made that I wanted him to show you, but Curse. But he insisted on making a new one. So he's making a new one. I'm going to read this book.
It's not that long, so I can show two.
All right, ready? The Lion King. Shh. It's a busy morning on my phone this morning, so hopefully I'm not too distracted. And that my phone doesn't make too much noise. All right. The Lion King. Have you seen the movie? The original came out when I was a teenager, I believe, and I went and saw it at the movie theater with a group of my friends. And then when the newest movie came out, which David and I loved, we saw that at Baghdad Theater, which is one of my favorite places to see a movie. All right, The Lion King. The animals came from far and near across the dusty African plain. They came on patting paws and pounding hooves and flapping wings. Each beast, from the tiniest ant to the largest elephant, made its way to Pride Rock. For that was the home of the Lion King, and this was a special day in Pride Lands. Today, Simba, the firstborn cub of King Mufasa and Queen Sarabi, would join the great circle of life. The animals took their places and bowed to King Mufasa. Then Rafiki, the wise baboon, stood at the edge of Pride Rock and held up the little cub for all to see. A great cry rose from all the animals. The elephants trumpeted, the zebras whinnied, and the birds sang for joy at the sight of Simba, the future Lion King. Hey, D.
I'm trying. You won't let me go out.
Shut it off now. Don't make any more, okay? Because no screen. We have a rule, no screens until after our school's done, but he's bending the rules a little. A great cry rose from the animals. The elephants trumpeted, the zebras whinnied, and the birds sang for joy at the sight of Simba, the future Lion King. But one animal did not join the joyous ceremony. Scar, the king's jealous brother, stayed in his den. Later, Scar just laughed when the king's advisor, Zazu the Hornbill, criticized him. Then the evil lion popped the bird into his mouth. Scar would have eaten Zazu if Mufasa hadn't come along just in time. Zazu wiped his feathers off and scolded. As the king's brother, you should have been first in line at Simba's ceremony. Scar's green eyes gleamed. I was first in line until that little hairball was born. That hairball is my son and your future king, Mufasa growled. Scar slinked away. Don't turn your back on me, Mufasa warned. Scar looked back over his shoulder. His eyes narrowed. Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me. Oh, can you pick that up? Thank you. Simba grew quickly. One morning, Mufasa took his son to the top of Pride Rock and told him, "The circle of life never stops turning. One day the sun will set on my time as ruler and rise with you as king, and then everything the light touches will be yours." "What about that shadowy place?" Simba asked. Mufasa declared, "You must never go there." Suddenly Zazu swooped down and squawked, "Hyenas in the Pride Lands!" Mufasa frowned. "Zazu, take Simba home." "Aw, Dad, can't I come?" Simba whined. Mufasa shook his mighty mane. Fighting savage hyenas was no job for a cub. Later, Simba asked his uncle Scar about the shadowy place. An evil plan formed in Scar's mind. "Only the bravest lions go to the elephant graveyard," Scar told him. He knew the foolish cub would go there just to prove his bravery. Scar was right. Simba couldn't wait to go to the elephant graveyard with his best friend Nala. But how could they go without Zazu watching every move they made? "We've got to ditch the dodo," Simba whispered. Nala giggled and agreed. Soon, the two friends found a way to escape their feathered babysitter. Uh-oh, that's not safe. Before long, the young lions had reached the dark, mysterious place beyond the borders of the Pride Lands. Giant bones poked out of the ground. "It's kind of scary," Nala whispered. "Let's check it out," Simba said. "I laugh in the face of danger." Cackled 3 mean hyenas. Shenzi, Benzi, and Ed. "Look, boys, a king fit for a meal," Shenzi snickered. The cubs ran, but soon found themselves cornered. Simba stepped bravely in front of Nala and tried to roar. That's the loudest bowl of cereal ever.
I know. It's that small cereal.
The hyenas laughed and jeered. Simba opened his mouth to try again. This time, the elephant bones rattled with a thunderous roar. The hyenas were confused, and so was Simba, until Mufasa sprang into view. The mighty lion chased away the hyenas. Zazu had seen the cubs in trouble and flown for help. Did you roll the bag up?
Yeah.
Okay. Mufasa had told Zazu to take Nala home, and then he scolded Simba for disobeying him. "Aw, Dad, I was just trying to be brave. Like you," Simba explained. Mufasa sighed. "Being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble, Simba. A good king is wise as well as brave." Simba suddenly felt very small. I can scoot over. Oh, you're right. "We'll always be together, right, Dad?" Mufasa looked up at the starry sky and said, "The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you, and so will I." Later, Scar met with the hungry hyenas. "I practically gave those cubs to you," he complained. "They weren't exactly alone," Shenzi whined. But Scar had another plan that would allow him to become king. "Stick with me and you'll never go hungry again," he promised. The hyenas danced and cheered. The next morning, Scar took Simba to the bottom of a rocky canyon. "Now wait here," he ordered. "Your father has a big surprise for you." "Will I like the surprise?" Simba asked. Scar smiled slyly. "Oh, it's to die for," he said as he walked away. Then he gave the signal to the hyenas waiting on the canyon ridge. The hyenas knew what to do. They chased a huge herd.
No, this is gonna make me cry.
This is a sad one, huh? Of wildebeest down the canyon. Let me see here. I have a different setup with my phone on it, and it, I don't know if I like it. The hyenas knew what to do. They chased a huge herd of wildebeest down the canyon. Simba felt the earth shake. He heard the clattering of 1,000 hooves, and then he saw the wildebeest heading straight for him.
I just noticed something.
Hold on, honey bunny. Simba managed to climb a dead tree and cling to a branch. "Help!" he shouted. Help was on the way, for Scar had found his brother, Mufasa. "Mufasa, Simba's trapped in a stampede," Scar cried. "No, don't trust him."
No, I'm just gonna leave for this part.
When we saw it in the theater, I think. Did you cry when we saw it in the theater?
I'm bringing this downstairs.
No.
Yes.
N-O.
I
No.
can't hear this.
Then just stand over there and Plug your ears.
I can't hear this.
Just as Scar had planned, Mufasa rushed to Simba's rescue. David, this version isn't as sad as seeing the movie. He lifted his son to safety, but then fell under the rushing tide of hooves. Dad! Simba shouted. He couldn't see anything through the huge dust cloud. Mufasa tried to pull himself up the steep rocks from above. Scar watched his brother struggle. Help me, brother! Help me! Mufasa pleaded. Scar reached for Mufasa's paws. He pulled his brother close and whispered, Long live the king. Then Scar let go and watched Mufasa tumble down the steep slope. That's the part that David didn't want to hear. Makes him sad. It's over. That part's over. Oh, don't look at this, though. Oh.
I still heard it.
When the stampede was over, Simba found his father lying lifeless in the dust. No, Simba wailed. Scar came to the sobbing cub's side. What have you done? He accused. There were wildebeest everywhere. He tried to save me. It was an accident, Simba said in a rush. I didn't mean to. Of course not, but if it weren't for you, he'd still be alive. What will your mother think? Scar demanded. Is that true? Is that true, David? No. Are you okay?
I still heard the part.
David doesn't like that part. Neither do I.
How could you read that without like getting sad? A pig is by material as
Eat over your bowl. Oh, dude. Oh. So Scar is tricking Simba into thinking that it was Simba's fault and making Simba feel guilty and ashamed. And really, Scar had planned that, and his plan worked. Simba looked stricken. What should I do? Run away, Scar advised. Run away and never come back. Do you know why Scar wants Simba to be out of the picture? Run away?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know? How come?
Okay. He wants to be king, and if Simba leaves, he would have been king when Mufasa died, but Simba was born, and so then he's gonna be king.
Simba was next in line to be king.
Well, Mufasa was first.
Yes, so...
I mean, not Mufasa.
Scar, yes. And so Scar wanted Simba out of the picture so that he could be king. He could be the leader. But not all leaders are good. Not all of them can lead.
He just wanted to kill all the plants. In the old movie, he just killed all the plants.
Yeah, he wasn't a good leader. When you're not a good leader,
Not in the old movie,
bad
in the
things
new
happen,
movie.
huh? Scar watched Simba run. Then he sent the hyenas after him. The hyenas chased Simba to the border of the Pride Lands. The cub dived into a thicket of thorns at the edge of the great desert. The hyenas looked at the sharp thorns and then at the desert. The cub won't last a day out there, Shenzi declared. Simba ran until he could run no more. The thirsty cub collapsed in the sand. Vultures circled him hungrily, but Timon, the meerkat, and his fat friend Pumbaa, the warthog, chased away the vultures. Simba woke up in their jungle home. I liked that part in the first movie. Where are you from? Timon asked. Simba sighed. It doesn't matter. I can't go back. What'd you do, kid? Pumbaa wondered. Something terrible, Simba replied. Timon shrugged. Who cares? You gotta put the past behind you. Hakuna Matata. What? Simba asked. Hakuna Matata, Timon repeated. It means no worries. That's the motto we live by. And here's what we live on. Timon showed Simba the wiggly insect. Do you remember the song? Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of our days. It's a worry-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Maybe I should start. Maybe I should start singing that more often. Simba watched Pumbaa eat a grub. Slimy but satisfying, the warthog said with a burp. Simba frowned, but he ate the big grub. Then the cub smiled and said, Hakuna Matata. So he's got to eat what he's got to eat, right? He doesn't have bowls of cereal. He's got to eat slimy grubs.
I just saw a piece of cereal that looked like a grub.
I was trying to do that too.
And then I saw a piece of cereal that looked like a grub. I'm not eating that one now.
Oh, it's not a grub. Don't get your fingers weak.
I'm throwing this one away. Oh, and it was a big, like, bubble one. Mommy!
In the months that followed, Simba ate many grubs and grew into a full-size lion.
Full-time!
Most of the time, he was happy with his friend Timon and Pumbaa. Yet, he missed his mother, and he often thought of his father. Why don't you sit like a human? One night, as they gazed up at the stars, Simba remembered what his father had told him. He wondered if the great kings of the past really were looking down from the stars. Simba felt very alone. The next day, Simba heard Timon scream. The young lion raced to the rescue. A hungry lioness, means a girl lion, was about to pounce on Pumbaa, who was stuck under a log. Timon bravely was trying to protect him. Simba gave a mighty roar and leaped at the lioness.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
I forgot her name.
Nala, you think?
Mm-hmm.
You remember his friend Nala? Well, Simba grew up, so that means Nala grew up, right? But just as they began to fight, Simba recognized... I don't want you to drip milk on my shirt. Simba recognized his old friend. Nala? He gasped in disbelief. The lioness looked deep into the eyes of the handsome young lion and whispered, Simba? Scar told us you were dead. Nala told Simba how terrible things were now that Scar and his hyenas ruled the Pride Lands. There was no food or water, and many of the animals had fled. But you can come back and become king, then everything will be all right again, Nala said. I'm no king, Simba said angrily. But that night, Rafiki the baboon came to Simba and promised to bring him to his father. When Simba looked up at the stars, he heard a familiar voice. Simba, his father asked. Have you forgotten me? Simba gasped. No, how could I? You have forgotten who you are, and so you have forgotten me. The ghostly voice continued. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in the circle of life. Simba knew his father was right. His friends returned with him to the Pride Lands. Back at the Pride Rock, King Scar was Back at Pride Rock, King Scar was angry with Sarabi for not finding food. Suddenly, Scar heard a great roar. He couldn't believe his eyes. Mufasa? It can't be you. You're dead. But Sarabi recognized her son. Simba, she said softly. I've come to take my place as king, Simba roared. But Scar would not back down so easily. Simba leaped at Scar, but the villain slipped away. Instead, the hyenas rushed at Simba. Pride Rock echoed with their hideous laughter as the hyenas forced Simba to the edge of the cliff.
Gross.
Scar walked up to the exhausted young lion. Your daddy isn't here to save you this time, Scar taunted. Then he pushed Simba off the cliff. Simba's claws scrambled for a hold on the steep slope. This looks familiar, Scar sneered. Oh, yes, I remember. Just the way your father looked before I killed him. At last, Simba knew the truth. Remember what Simba thought? Simba thought it was his fault, but now he's finding out the truth. And the truth was that Scar had lied, and Scar was responsible for his father passing away. With a mighty roar, he leaped at Scar. Meanwhile, don't drink a bowl of cereal over my shirt. Meanwhile, Timon, Pumbaa, and the lioness had chased the hyenas off Pride Rock. When Simba sent Scar flying over the cliff, the villain landed in the mob of hungry hyenas. Hee, they cackled cruelly. Finally, they had a meal fit for a king. Or a king fit for a meal. Will you go put this in the sink? Don't do that, that's gross. Rinse it with water, and then come wipe up the milk off of the table and the chair. Simba thanked his friends, and then he walked to the top of Pride Rock. His roar echoed through Pride Lands. The rightful king had taken his throne. Hey, David, go wipe up this milk, please. The plains were soon lush and green again. The The animals returned, and the hunting was good once more. Simba knew, now that's dirty, honey. That's not what we wipe up milk with. So go put that in the dirty clothes, please. Go put that in the dirty... That's not the dirty clothes.
This is where it goes after it gets dirty.
The plains were soon lush and green again, and the animals returned, and the hunting was good once more. Simba knew that a king must have a queen. So, of course, he chose the beautiful Nala. Before long, the animals came from far and near across the dusty African plain. This time they came to the great firstborn cub of King Nala and King Simba and Queen Nala.
Of King Nala and Queen Simba.
Wise old Rafiki stood at the edge of Pride Rocks and held up the cub for all to see. The elephants trumpeted and the zebras whinnied for joy as the future king joined the great circle of life. The end.
I wonder if there's gonna be another Lion King.
I think there was like a part 2 or something, but
You
I
never
never
watched it?
No, I never saw that one.
Okay, well, I guess I can show them now.
Now let me hold it up. You get it going. Explain to us.
All right.
And let me hold it up. So
I made cartoons with this app called Toontastic, and it's really fun, but it's like not like a professional app. It's kind of you draw a character. So here, Curse of Easter Island and AE are the ones I want to show.
okay, which one are you?
No,
showing?
actually, I want to show Curse of Easter Island and the Cheese Man.
Well, pick one for today.
No, the Cheese Man is pretty short, and Curse of Easter Island are both pretty short, so they'll make
What
up one
about
long
Pig and
one.
the Treasure? I like
That one's not that good.
So which one? Pick one.
That one and the Cheese Man, because the Cheese Man isn't that long. So this one first. Curse of
Oh, hold
Easter
on, I need
Island.
to try to figure out how to get.
Stop holding your... Stop! You're just...
This is my dream to skateboard
on the
David.
Easter Island. Stop skateboarding on us, or you will have to face the consequences. The curse of Easter Island. What? That's just a silly thing. Pow, 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 pow. Oh my god, what just happened? Oh, it's fine.
That's not the end.
Pow, 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 pow.
Wait, move it so I can see the whole thing.
We warned him.
We warned him.
Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow.
I just had to use up the time.
But why? We should have just showed one of the better ones.
Oh my god, I thought the Curse of Easter Island wasn't real. But now it is. What?
Books of the house.
Ah! Pow, 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 pow.
That's the end.
Pow, pow. Boom, boom, boom.
They'll like the end. Look. The end. Directed by David to the preschoolers.
Oh, it's for David to the preschoolers. Will you show one of the ones that?
Cheese Man?
No, what are one of the ones that were by both of us?
Okay, how about AE?
Was that by both of us?
Yes, AE was by both of us.
Okay, one more.
And
But I think they would like. Okay.
they would like AE. Wait,
Right,
which one did you think they would like? Because they're
The
8.
Pig and the Treasure, because I think they
Alright.
would like. Okay, one more, and then we'll show some more tomorrow.
Directed by David Domer.
Oh, there's such a glare. Sorry.
Directed by David Domer.
I
I said
I
David
need
Domer,
treasure.
not
David.
I need to
and.
find it
It's okay.
on the beach. Beep, 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 beep. I found something. Let's start digging. I dug a hole. Now let's go into it to get the treasure.
It's not that long. It's pretty short.
I got it. Now I'm
Now you're gonna
throwing
miss
it up.
when he throws it up.
That is so cool. I found a treasure. I can't believe it. Waves! They're washing me away.
The end. Pig and the Treasure, directed by David Domer. Those are awesome. I like
Wait,
that one. Nope,
John.
that's one of my favorites. All right. Time for us to start. Nope.
Wait,
Do
wait
not
a
play
minute,
keep
wait a
away.
minute.
This is a rule we
Look,
have in my house.
I'm gonna
See,
show you
David-
something. I'm gonna
Nope. Hand it to me, please.
turn off my phone and go home.
Hand it to me, please.
For
All right. Time to start school.
you don't have to turn it down. All you have to do is turn off my phone, and the sound will go away.
It is turned off.
Should have gone home. That would save it.
That's David's friend. All right. Ready?
What did you have to show? That
Jesse
picture.
and David signing. Out.